Welcome, everyone. We're going to cover USD CAD lower time frame structures, right? So, since we've been beating, pounding the table on this pair, I'm going to go into some lower time frame stuff and give you a good idea of what to look for in this pair going forward. We'll get into it. Risk disclaimer, read it over, and let's go. So, real quick, right? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the monthly stuff. If you guys been watching my channel, you probably already know. But we're looking for this piece basically for right now. We're on the monthly chart and we're looking for a monthly X wave up, and this is the piece that we're going after. We're looking for about 1,000 pips, and it could turn into much more. All right, so that is the monthly chart, and that's the direction, that's the impulse we're going for. When we drop down to the weekly chart and we zoom in here, our only question is, right, where are you gonna come back to this daily 200 down here one more time, right? Now you got a three wave structure. We're on the weekly chart, but this would be your daily 200, and then we're getting that impulse to the upside, 1,000 pip move, right? So that's kind of where we're at. Or when we jump down to the daily chart, did this move already start? And is this all your correction? Your A, your B, your C. All right. And you're starting to move right now. So, right, that's the only two options. Your only two options is you're starting the 1,000 pip move right now, or we're going to go back down to our daily 200 and then start the 1,000 pip move. And they are your only two options. So now we are going to, they're your only two high probable options for right now. All right, so we'll clear all this off, and now we'll get down to the lower time frame stuff, the 4 hour chart, right? Because if you're not used to trading dollar CAD, it can look a little messy, but really the chart is crystal clear. And it looks like a mess, right? Like, take this 4 hour piece all the way back here. Before they're about to move the market and get that impulse, you make a running flat right here, right? You make a running flat, and then you get this impulse up, right? You get this impulse up. You make one more flat correction. After that flat correction, you get an impulse up, a higher low, and then you go, right? But all this to a lot of people would look like a complete mess. All it is a running flat. You got the B wave in the middle, right? You could label it a WXY structure for a running flat. You get the impulse up, you make one more flat, and then you go, right? So I'll clear all this off. But what you want to pay attention to is this right here. When they're accumulating and they're ready to move to market, they love to channel it, right? So, and they channel it. And if you get caught in the middle of this, if you get caught trying to buy or sell in the middle, they're dicing you up, right? So you're getting diced up if you're trying to buy anywhere along the middle of this channel. So, and you'll notice every time we come back to the bottom of the channel, it moves away quick. You don't hang around there. You don't consolidate at the bottom. You move straight away, right? You tag the bottom, you move straight away. Tag the bottom, move straight away. Let's jump out to the daily chart, right? Because we got another piece over here that does the same thing. And this would look like a big mess to a lot of people when it's just a running flat, all right? So you got to run it flat right here. And then you get this impulse up, right? And then you get that higher low. And then you're going. So let me remove these pivots. It loves to jump around during Asia session with pivots on. We'll remove them for right now. All right. So, and what you do before you get that 1,000 point impulse up is you channel again. And again, if you tried buying anywheres in the middle here, then you're just diced up, right? They stop you out, stop you out, stop you out, right? And every time it comes back to the bottom, it moves away quickly. So let me clear all this off. Well, we'll jump down to the 4-hour chart, right? And what are you doing now? Because if this is all your correction, right here, you got your A, you got your B, you got your C. This is the low. All right, this is your low. And are you starting the channel in process right now, right? So are we starting the channel in process? And you don't want to buy in the middle of the channel. And every time you come back to the low of the channel, you should be going. So if we come up here, they're going to take it back down here. Now you got a running flat, right? Now maybe they take it up to the top of the channel again. You correct with that higher low, and then you're going. All right, so you can buy here, uh, but you're gonna have to put it to break even when you come up here. You're gonna have to, you got to manage risks so you have room for the bottom of the channel, right? You need to be able to let price come down to the bottom of the channel and move away. So let's clear all this off, right? So, and when we look at this thing in the 1-hour chart, we got it, right? We'll draw up all the patterns for this week. We talked about this potentially being a running flat. So you could get a pattern that looks like this week, right? And if we get this, you're at the bottom of the channel again. You're not looking to hang around here. So, and you're looking to move straight away and go break the highs, right? So this is one possibility. All right, so this is one possibility for this week. All right, so what's the other possibility? The other possibility is, let me just save this real quick, just so I don't have to keep redrawing it. All right. So what's the other possibility? The other possibility is this piece just keeps running to the 1618, right? And here's your A wave over here. You got an A. All of this up right here was a B wave zigzag. And now you're getting ready to come down to the 1618 for that wave C. All right, so are we getting ready to do this instead, right? And you're just completing a C wave down here. All right, something that looks like this. Now you have a flat correction down here, and right, and that's 1618 of this. And if we measure this whole correction, if we measure our A wave, right, your 100 lines right up with your 1618. So this is an extremely high confluence area down here. Not to mention, if we go out to the weekly chart, all right, let's jump out to the weekly chart and we pull this order block again. So order block wasn't touched, and there's the high of that order block. Back down to the 1-hour chart. That order block lines up with the 100% of your A wave, and it's the 1618 of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Down here. So you got that order block there, and then if we add on person's pivots, right? So I'll throw pivots on real quick and then take them off so the screen don't jump around. But you got your pivot down here. So right, and if we make this move, you are not expecting to hang around here at all. All right, and we're looking to go right back up to break these highs, and all we did was make a flat right here. All right, and what did we do? All we did was come to the bottom of the channel. All right, so here's one option. You can come down to the 1618. So you want to set an alert at, on USD CAD, you want to set an alert at like 136.71. It's the completion of the C wave down here. And you're not looking for price to hang around at all. You're looking for it to move away quickly, all right? Or we're not even coming down there and we're doing this, all right? So these are your two highest probable patterns, right? And all you're doing is channeling, accumulating before you explode to the upside. All right, so that is pretty much that, right? So we're looking for a running flat right now, or we're looking for this other pattern back down to the 100 of A wave, our weekly order block, our pivot point, our 1618 of the C wave, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right down for the C wave, and then you get that explosion up. So what would, right, what would concern us is if we started consolidating around here, right? If we started like coming through this structure and then we started consolidating down here at the bottom of the channel, it would throw you something like this, right? We wouldn't want to see this because it doesn't do this, right? You have no reason to consolidate down here. Every time it comes to the bottom of the channel, you push away extremely fast, right? 4-hour chart. Every time you come to the bottom of the channel, you never correct down here, right? You come down here, you push away. It's an impulse up to break the highs. You come down here, it's an impulse up, impulse up, impulse up, right? Daily chart. You come down to this channel, it's you're down there for a split second, and it's impulse up, impulse up, impulse up, right? So when we look at dollar CAD right here, right? You're not expecting to hang around down here. You're not expecting to correct down here. So that is what we're on the lookout for. All right. And until we see that, we have to assume that dollar CAD is in an ascending channel in an accumulation phase ready for that explosion upward. All right. So that is what I got. And these are your two most high probable patterns. A C wave down to 136.65, and we would be expecting an explosion upward, or you're making this running flat this week, and this would be your buy point at that, right? This falls right in between. This would be your 4-hour 200. It would also fall right in line with your pivot points. So, and it would also be the bottom of the channel, and you're looking for a push up again. One of these pushes up is going to make a higher low, and then it's going to take off. All right. So that is that. Dollar CAD, right? If you got any questions, you like what I'm doing, leave me a message, hit thumbs up. Have a good one.